I came in here to get away from it all. Who are all of you? A wizard, a rat, and a hooded stranger walk into the recluse chamber. Sounds like a setup to a bad joke. Ouch! The joke's on me!
With these crystals, I unweave the spells that tangled up your spirit, Captain. I remove the shadow on your heart. And I free you of your service. Go forth, live your own life, and be gone from here.
Free? Truly? The mariner whose eye is bright, whose beard with age is hoar, is gone.
He will live a natural life now, to make of it what he will. And it gives me a mote of my power back. You must open the way of Ungul. Go into the Tower of the Weft. You will encounter trapdoor spiders throughout. Collect their bristles. With them we can open the web gate and head up to the Palace of Fangs.
You scratch the bristles along the web as old Cobb directs. The vibrations cause the web to twitch and withdraw.
This is the Palace of Fangs, where they take baby spiders and train them to be deadly gladiators and skinners. It also holds the Night Orb Chamber, where we must pause for a respite. Deal with the Arachna skinners, or else we will be overrun by the rest of the hive. The long climb taxed me more than I expected. I will await you here. Spellbinder! We thought you were trapped in the pit of despair! When we're done with you, you'll wish you were! We have failed you, Shadow Queen! Scurry! Scurry! Scurry away! The Skinners seem to have lost some of their vigor. It has been a considerable time since I have walked amongst them. I can sense a treasure in the next chamber. The Arachna gladiators long sought this secret, and Morganthe gave it to them. This is a forge for shadow energy, where it is hammered and folded into a physical edge. Enter the chamber of the Shadow Smith and deal with the guards. With luck, the Smith will be receptive to our cause.
The Shadow Queen has many weapons, and I am one of them! The smith is yours, but the Shadow Queen will destroy you all!
Who are you? I am Azelia the Arms Master. Long have I been forced to craft weapons for the most noble and cruel Arachna. Of late, the Magi have insisted I fold in strange magic from the Shadow Web to create instruments of deadly beauty. It is dangerous work, but I do not mind smithing for a cause I believe in.
This weapon crafter may be of help in our campaign. The Arachna gladiators channel some of the Shadow Web into the Night Orb Chamber for their martial training and shadow weapons. We must take this power back from them. Go into the Night Orb Chamber and claim its namesake jewel. Defeat whomever you must.
No, it cannot be you. How did you make it so far? I sense great magic in you. This is going to be rough. I am done. Take the night orb.
Not so fast, little duelist. I've heard many stories of you. Trained by the pompous Diego, student of Merle Ambrose, adept of shadow magic, conqueror of warlords. Ha! Let's put it to the test, shall we? If you win, you get the night orb. If I win, I'll take your head. better and faster than I expected. You win this round. Take the Night Orb. I'll prepare for our next encounter.
I did not expect Morganthe to mount such strong resistance. It appears she still has many cards to play. Now, let us see the Night Orb. The Night Orb is a drop of shadow magic, frozen in physical form. It is night and dark and chaos you can hold in your hand. The Night Orb is a conduit to the Shadow Web. On its own, it could give an individual the gift of shadow magic without study. But we can instead embed it here to allow others to tap into the river of magic. Wizard, use the Night Orb to make the Fountain of Night flow. Then speak to Azelia, the Arms Master.
You hold the Night Orb up toward the fountain. There's a tremendous rush of wind and energy. You sense, see, taste, hear, smell, and feel power being pulled from the immense shadow web and pooling here.
Well done. Any who wish to study the ebb and flow of shadow can study here and can drink deep of its depths. It will take generations for the shadow web to be drained of its reservoir, but the Arachna Magi no longer hold all the cards.
The Fountain of Night lets me craft you a new style of weapon. Before now, only the Shadow Queen's elite had access to my arms. I believe I am the first in the Spiral to craft this kind of magic. You need it for your crusade to tear down the Shadow Queen. However, in return, you must find any Mantis tributes that are in the hive and release them. Agreed? Thank you. Take this weapon, now steeped in shadow. Look in the city of Sardonyx if you ever need to find me again.
A fine weapon. It could be a help in the upcoming battles, for many of your foes will be well versed in shadow magic. It took Morganthe many years of study to learn shadow magic, and she quickly surpassed the spider magi who taught her. Still, she was reluctant to share what she had learned, until her power bloomed with the infusion of a great rush of death magic. Now that Morganthe is saturated with power, she hands it out easily to any who might defeat you. You should be honored. It is time to turn our attention to the House of the Magi, where the true and powerful Arachna elders dwell. Spiders are tricky by nature. Be on guard. We must engage the Arachna gladiators who defend the noble Magi in order to gain entry.
Only earned yourself entry to a host of horrors.
House of the Magi, where the elder spider folk spin their plots and practice their magic. Nothing is safe here, and while I would never say all Arachna are wicked, these may be the worst of the lot. You must clean out the cobwebs to press ahead. Deal with the spider adepts who cling to their dark vision like nymphs clinging to their mother's wings.
You cannot come into this sacred place. We will eat your eyes. They have beaten us, but we are the least in the House of the Magi.
They are indeed the least. Now for something greater. The reflection chamber lies before you. While it may sound serene and contemplative, it is anything but. It is a chamber of deception. You will find the Mantis tributes that Azelia spoke of. Do your best with them, but ideals are hard to fight.
Embrace the shadow and the dark heart at the center of your core. You know you are stronger than a bee or a mouse. You know you are more clever than a thousand-legger and more willful than a scorpion. You need to clutch onto those feelings with your raptorial claws and be ready to fulfill the Shadow Queen's every whim. We seem to have a visitor. Demonstrate what you have learned. Kill the wizard!
You should not be here. Die for the Magus!
beaten. But the Shadow Queen shall never die.
Strike one of us down and 2 more shall rise to take our place! No, wait, that's someone else.
Many only wish to hear what they already believe. Still, there is hope for some. You will see more of this unwavering belief in the Metastasis Chamber. Enter it, but be prepared for what you may find.
As you enter the Metastasis Arch, know that you shed your old Mantis name in order to gain a new, powerful name. One that befits the Shadow Weaver you are becoming. Huh? You shouldn't be here. This is a delicate operation.
It's my turn in the spotlight! If I slay you, perhaps I will be transformed into a Shadow Weaver Lord.
This will be a good taste of my newly acquired powers.
Shadow Queen take you, Lightbringer?
Now we'll never know who is best and who is who. Stars upon thars!
Spellbinder, is there a way to undo this terrible transformation?
We should press on. You wish to try to restore these poor lost souls? Perhaps, but you will need a potent venom that can strip them back to the core. Return to the Palace of Fangs and seek out the Chamber of Tamulus. He is perhaps the greatest scorpion warrior. Defeat him and take the venom from his stinger. Bring it back here. Wizard, this would be a terrible time to die.
You should not have returned here, wizard. I am Tamulus, the greatest of scorpion champions. My venom will blister your skin and blind your eyes. Prepare for your death. Mein Stinger!
Very well done. I am most pleased that you did not die. Use the stinger venom to unravel the metastasis arch. This will involve pain and effort. Important work always does. For once, though, the pain will not be yours to endure directly.
Is it too late to change my mind? I'm really not so sure about this.
Wait, the pain will pass.
Spellbinder, you should not have risked yourself for me and mine, but I cannot thank you enough.
She is correct, but such is life. You have done much to unravel the webs of the Spider Magi. You have hurt them in their inner sanctum. By breaking their control of the Shadow Web and proving their transformations can be undone, you have made them fear. Worse for them, Morganthe is in her own looking-glass world. She cares not for the brief little dramas of the Hive or sardonyx. The Magi are in a blind panic. If you break their spirit, they will open the Way of Night, leading you to the Shadow Palace. Enter the Chamber of the Orb-Weavers and duel Archmagus Lorcan and the Elder Magi. I will do what I can to aid you.
So now I see with mine own eyes the last final hope of the fifth column. You, this, are what the burrowers have rallied around? You tiny, weak, pitiful wretch! You are what has been a burr to the great and terrible Shadow Queen? We have groomed her to be the deadliest wizard in the Spiral. Every card she casts can shatter mountains and burn seas! Even should you somehow defeat us, you must face the Dark Woman in her place of absolute power, the Shadow Palace!
So it shall be. The children of light and shadow, the children of prophecy, shall duel and decide the fate of the Spiral.
Who is this that accompanies you? No, it cannot be! Destroy the wizard! Destroy them both for the honor of the Shadow Queen! must open the way of night. The Shadow Queen awaits you in her full glory. Once you fall, we will wipe your name from the Spiral.
Well fought. With the Spider Magi Elders broken, the Umbra Legion will soon shatter. Chrysalis will be free. Save for the Shadow Queen, of course. Hurry now, through the way of night.